Hey guys, it's Bill from Linden, Tennessee. Flail mower update. Last time I ran this thing, this bar was going straight across these lower things, and it was causing all kinds of problem when these blades are spinning backwards, but they kick all the grass clippings up and they hit this hump right there, and then they would fall down and they would land on top of this bar and get all clumped up in there and just make it a mess. And then I guess they just, for some reason, it wasn't like when grass clippings get re-eaten by the mulching, it wasn't mulching, so it was leaving kind of a mess of clippings everywhere, and it wasn't striping my field like I wanted it to. Big problems. And also, these little wheels back here, whenever they rolled over the grass that was cut previous, they would flip it up, and I'd end up with these long strips of grass that hasn't been cut yet. We'll go look at it in here in a second. So what I've done was cut that off of there, made these little extension bars to come up, and then obviously ran that up high. The cool thing was I was able to just keep that uncut, and then sort of ran it down, made a different angle cut, and then straight over into the thing. So that's where it's at right now, and we'll go look at how that worked out. All right, so here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did it pass up, back, up, and back? And by my eye, it did not make a damn bit of difference. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. So what I think is happening, the part that's standing up, it does kind of stripe it better. So that's good. In fact, I would go ahead and say that it does stripe it, but it still kind of sucks. Now I've got two distinct kick up areas. One is in the middle of the cut, and one is where the tires were, I think. Yeah, so the one in the, let's see if I'm pointing to the right thing. Yeah, that one right there, that is where a tire was, I think. And then that over there is where the little wheels on the back were pulling up grass that wasn't cut before. Somebody had mentioned that maybe if I reverse the rotation of the flail, the moment I've got it going in reverse direction, and that just seemed right because, like I said, it's got this little hump that redirects the grass back down, and hell, I don't know, that just seemed right. I'm not 100% sure which way it went when it was on the Farmall Cub originally. In fact, I'm not even sure which way is front and back. It had a roller going across it, but that could have been a roller pushing down there. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't really know which way it went. Somebody suggested reversing the direction of the motor, but that's kind of difficult because right now the motor is spinning this way, and it's got this side is the tension, and then of course the tensioner's on the return non-tension side. But to flip that around to make it go the other way, I'd have to sort of unweld all of that and maybe drill new holes for my tensioner situation here and come up with a new thing. And I'm like, well, that's just too much trouble. And then as I was getting ready to make this video, it occurred to me how much trouble this was. It was a lot more trouble than that. And it didn't really even work, which is the reason why I didn't want to go to this much trouble, because it might not even work. Well, I went to that much and it still didn't work. So what I'm going to do now is, all I've done is I came up here and switched these. Actually, I switched those ones up there, but switch these to positive. So now instead of this being positive coming from the mower, this is negative, and that's positive. So it's going to make the mower turn backwards, or I mean, it's going to make the motor turn backwards. So it's going to be pulling against the tensioner, but I think that's going to be okay just for a, to see if this works better. I honestly don't know at this point. So let's do this together, shall we? Maybe this will be a viral video, and I can get the 1 million subscribers that I've always wanted since I was a kid. All right. I can just imagine the tensioner coming off and flinging parts all over me, hit me in the back of the head, and trying to kill somebody. So let's see what happens. I'm going to run my motor up. And we'll see what this does. spitting grass everywhere out the back, and I can tell you right now that that ain't cutting worth a damn. I've done this before and it didn't work in either, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this experiment off early, because I can already tell you that's not working. Yeah, I've done that before when I had this mower on my 4x4 on my other Cub Cadet. I had the blades going that way first just because that's what it seemed like would be correct. But yeah, that didn't cut at all. It didn't pick up the grass and cut what I had driven over, and that doesn't work worth a damn. It might work at a lower setting, I don't know, but at a higher setting that just doesn't cut it. All right, let's go back in the shop. It's hot. Well, all right, so that didn't work either. I don't know. maybe I've just got this set to cut too high, and if I trim down my little arm there so that it cuts lower, perhaps it'll cut better, because this did cut my low grass pretty dang good. It was kind of hard to say how good because my grass isn't really all that long. We didn't have much rain this week, so I didn't have a whole lot of grass to cut. But maybe maybe I can reutilize these doohickeys here and put new casters, but they won't be casters. They won't swivel. And that will at least get these bogey, I'm gonna call them bogey wheels, out of the way of turning up the grass that didn't get cut the first pass. So that's good. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I would certainly be open to just about anything at this point, short of just configure it so it's back on the front of the 4x4 again. I didn't like that at all. This has to work. I mean, I don't know. It has to. There's got to be a way. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.